Shalom. First and foremost, I want to give all praises to Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahweh Shai, double honor to the elders and apostles of great millstone. Peace and salutation to the brothers on the four corners of this earth doing his work in sincerity and in truth and obtaining their integrity in the scriptures. First, I want to get into the word of the Lord by humbling yourself, in the sight of the Most High. Because right now it's like people going rampant and crazy, out here, their mind is letting the demons fester in their brain and fester in their spirit to the point they out of pocket, going out of pocket with this thing, for being offender of a word and etc. But humbling yourself is one of the greatest things you can do in the sight of the Lord. So give me that in James 4:10, bro.
James chapter 4, verse 10. Humble yourselves in the sight of Yahweh, and he will lift you up.
Right. See, all that hardiness and spiritual wickedness that's going around now in Israel is being, it's just basically demons setting forth the agenda that they're supposed to set forth in your spirit, because some people are doomed to have be segregated from the Most High's grace, because sometimes the Most High don't want but being there, but humbling yourself in the eyes of the Most High and taking what you have to take, because at this point, what we're really about right now is that this thing is about to be set off and into a hell. Hell is about to come, and we over here worrying about minute things in this thing. Ain't nobody. The servant is not above his master. No, no. You got to humble yourself under the master, or the masters that's the Most High place to set above you, that taught this thing in a concise and correct manner. Go ahead, bro.
This is 1 Corinthians chapter 8, verse 1. Now as touching things offered unto idols, we know that we all have knowledge. Knowledge puffeth up.
Right. So you got brothers out here that get knowledge and the new doctrine that comes out, and which really sometimes is good to study, but when you have already ongoing you're upset about ongoing things, or things that happen to you, and you let things fester. Now you believe that this was what it was supposed to be. I had a truth, and other people don't, and you start letting them demons adhere to your mind, and you puffing yourself up because you believe that you found something new in those scriptures, which could be your downfall. Because if you spewing a doctrine that's not correct, you're taking the flock out of the truth. It's not true. So truth ain't nothing. If it ain't true, it's a lie. So you got somebody believing a lie. So if you're not humbling yourself and praying to the Most High, that's why I said pray without ceasing, instead of keeping a grudge with people. It won't, your mind, your spirit won't connect to the Most High, because he says humble yourself. That's not humbling yourself, keeping a grudge. Go ahead,
bro. This is Galatians chapter 5, verse 9. Galatians 5, verse 9. A little leaven leaveneth the whole lump.
Right, but so if you think that I can go off on a little bit, you don't fuck the whole goodness of the doctrines, the way it's correct. You can't say I'm an Israelite and not want to have the words spewed in the correct manner. You can't say the mark of the beast is an embargo and think I know the rest and think you say that because I have the new doctrine. You bringing that out because you want to have a new insight on being looked more special, as more special than any man, a man that has been bringing it out correctly. Because everybody know the mark of the beast is a chip. Even Edomites know this. You know, you taking them off into spiritual fornication because it's like all these other philosophies that you bringing about the chip is not true. So the philosophy that you're bringing is about the chip is not true. So it's a lie. And once again, it's a lie. You're not humbling yourself because most of them know that the chip, even you know, Nate, that the chip is the mark of the beast. You know, that's not humbling yourself. It ain't got nothing. They be thinking it's the elders. The elders, no, it's the Most High who brought this forth. They brought this information out. The damn devil know this.
Hey, can I say this too real quick? Because the scripture says a little leaven, leaven the whole lump. And we know during the Passover, we got to do what? Take everything out of our house that has leaven in it.
Mm-hmm.
And now, the scripture says a little leaven, leaven the whole lump. Because if you take a piece of bread, right, and, you know, it has leaven in it, and you heat it up, it starts puffing up. You know, it gets bigger and bigger and bigger. And, you know, it rises. And that's how the Most High is saying. And also, as I brought out before, like a bread that has leaven in it, it's not going to just rise by itself. Like, you got to put it in the oven, put it under heat, and then it rises. Mm-hmm. The same with man. There's leaven in us. Something makes it rise. Like, if you get puffed up, something made you puff up. Whether it's knowledge, whether you got cool with the elders, or the elders might have liked one of your videos, you getting a lot of views, or you whatever. Something makes that activates that leaven. You know, because heat, like put it like this, heat makes, you know, leaven in the bread rise. You know, heat is basically energy. You know. Heat, you know, hot, you know, it raises it up. You know, if a person, you know, as a person, you get puffed up because of something, you know. So when you know, see somebody getting puffed up, you know, you got to like, hold on, time out. Something's making that person get puffed up, you know, and the Most High wants us to be humble. And I admit it's a challenge to be humble sometimes, because there's sometimes, like the elders recently made a video about, you know, not going back and forth with scoffers. I would love to, you know. But I know the elders know what they're talking about, and this is me being humble and listening to what they're saying, you know, because I would love to say, you know, some certain stuff to certain brothers. But that's, you know, just me being humble. You know what? They know something, you know, I don't know. I hope to learn it one day. They see something I don't see, you know, and I completely 100%, you know, agree. And sometimes I'm still learning, like, you know what? After a while, you know, you realize that the spirit that's out here, they're trying to blackmail brothers and stuff like that, and all this little stupid nonsense. So you realize, you know what, the elders probably know what they're talking about. So let me just, you know, humble up and do what they say, as opposed to just doing it on my will, on my terms.
Mm-hmm. It's like the pride of a man is the reason that a lot of this shit goes away, because they still want to be looked at as special. You are special. We special because we're Israelites. And they think they want to have the doctrine that's true and don't want to give up. They don't want to give up the so-called status that they reached to, or they want to obtain to. Like, they want to be looked at special. They want people to look at them like they the man. Mm-hmm. Okay, because that's a lot of pride. This is Proverbs 29 and 23. It says a man's pride will bring him low, but a humble spirit will obtain honor. Right? Because hey, a man's pride will bring him low. Because you ever seen somebody? Somebody's about to give them a break, but their pride is so tough that they don't want to say, my bad. They don't want to give up. They don't want to sit there and say, well, you know, you was right. They pride, then motherfucker go to jail for 10 years in front of the judge because they don't want to say sorry to the family or that they did actually do something too. Because, you know, it's just that pride could fuck you up, you know. But a humble and honor could have gave him, instead of that 10 years, could have gave him 9 months.
Hey, the Most High put a thorn in Paul's flesh to keep him humble.
Right.
You know, and so the Most High, you know, if he wants to humble you, you know, he will do it. Sometimes he might do it in front of the congregation.
Right.
I get scared. You know, the Most High might humble me, you know, so I try to do my best. Part of that is re-examining yourself, you know, daily. You know, what am I doing? How am I doing? You know, I get scared all the time. Like, this upcoming Passover is the most scariest shit, like, period, to me. Like, all this shit that's going, like, I'm scared, you know.
All right. So, you're right. You get scared, but see, that's being humble. Lord willing, we all got to be humble, because Most High has put an ass whipping, a lash. Man, look, you can a lashing on brothers. You know, but all brothers basically in the camp was sick this week. You know, and I was totally out of it for about a week or two, totally out of it. You know, and you like, then you start asking like, what did I do? You had to humble yourself in the sight of the Lord, like, Lord, I got to the point the throat was cold. I don't know what the hell. This chemtrail, the chemtrails is exceedingly being blown in the air, and it's just death. And you like, man, now you getting on your knees to the Most High, praying like, what did I, forgive me for anything I did, why I'm feeling like this. You got to realize something you did, something you did, or your pride got in the way, or Most High have a way of showing your ass to shut you down.
Don't
he got a way, and to people out here that's being offended for a word or anything in that aspect, just because of no reason, pride. The elders and apostles have put forth a great presentation because of the Most High, and things that we learned from astronomical. This is like things that nobody on this earth know about, and to be a special person to hear this, and you have to be humble to know this stuff. You can't go to work telling everybody, yeah, well, I know that the mark of the beast is the chip, or Paul said this and this. You can't go in there and try to, man, people will shut you down and shun you because they don't even understand what you're actually saying. So you can't be prideful in instances.
Hey, didn't Yahushua speak in parables?
I can.
Sometimes, you speak in a parable, and that is marking them.
Right.
Because the Most High, you plant the seed, the Most High might open up and like, oh yeah, that brother did say such and such. Mm-hmm. So sometimes you only have to say it blankly. Sometimes put it in the parable. Mm-hmm. Sometimes say stuff over somebody's head. Right. And also I say it helps too, because I feel like this. Sometimes I say stuff that's over people's head, or I might say something, that seems, out of timely to some people at my job, and really it pertains to the truth, but it's over their head. They don't know what the hell I'm talking about. Mm-hmm. But they think twice before they talk to me. They're like, okay, this ain't a person I can just talk to about, hey man, where the weed spot at? Where the drugs at? Where the what such and such at?
Where the bitches? Where the sluts?
Right.
Hey man, I fucked that bitch wife. Not bitch wife. I fucked that man with her wife, and I ain't shit, nigga. Fuck that shit. And they'll know. They do know. Because that's people they prideful in doing wrong. They love the wickedness that they do. Men of the Lord should have, some type of integrity, and people should see that. That's being humble to tell another man, look, man, I ain't about to fuck with nobody else, man. That's bad. We could say, in they kind of terms, that's bad karma. In our terms, it's like shit. The Most High kill you. Because sometimes they don't even understand that God killed, man. You see all this shit that's going on out here.
I had one dude tell me, I'm not into adultery, sleeping with other men, because at the place I work at, everybody fucking each other, and bitches will throw you pussy, but they got a man, and I end up telling him like she dude tried to get me up on one of the chicks, like, would you hit that? I'm like, she's got a man, and he was like, I don't get. I'm like, that's wrong. And then he was like, he said, classic nigga line. Well, hey, if you got a woman, somebody be sleeping with her, so what's wrong with you? And it's like, okay, if that happens, but you don't say okay, niggas might sleep with my woman, or my woman might sleep around, so I'm gonna end up sleep with somebody else. That shit is wicked and fucking up.
Right. Because what's the ultimate end of all that? Because Most High is long suffering, and what's the end of that whole thing? The nuclear missiles. Mm-hmm. Most High could save anybody, but he could ultimately, if that adultery shit is rampant, and you enjoy this shit. Because that's the Most High could humble a man from a man doing adultery. Give him what? How do you humble you? Give you a disease. Mm-hmm. Humble the shit out of you. If you don't want to stop, so you gonna be humble one way or another. A disease that shows.
Yep.
All right. What you got?
This is Numbers. I want to grab this real quick. This is Numbers 12, verse 3. This is it. Now the man Moses was very meek above all the men which were upon the face of the earth.
Right. He was meek. He was humble.
Now imagine, this is the top dude on earth at this time. He's the king of Israel right here. Right. Moses, right here at this time in the flesh,
Right.
he's the king. He's Most High set him up to deliver Israel.
Mm-hmm.
You know, so the guy that the Most High set up, he's the most meek and most humble.
Right.
That's crazy, man.
Earth.
That's crazy.
You got you might be low as a baby, a kid that's trying to learn. All men, this man is more humble than everybody on earth. You know, because when the more is given, the more is expected. And,
Yep.
You know, and when you got more expected of you, you gotta be a servant.
Mm-hmm.
You know, that's where we come with the elders. You act like the elders are not men. You know, and the Most High is. They have we don't know what they do, and ain't my business what they do. You know, but I know what the Most High has given them in the understanding of the law, statutes, and commandments, that these brothers is more on point than any Israel. Won't some of you go go hang with Johanna and Nate and them other cats that's out here trying to do these.
How about comfy? You might
But
get
how
raided.
come? Go ahead. Yeah, you might get raided. Because that's what's the problem is. They know that the elders have a great understanding of this knowledge, and they take it and they sit in the corner and they get the scriptures and they write them down and get the breakdown and I could critique this. There's a little bit of there's a comma right here.
And the thing is, the elders, they even admit they elders went off, and they don't even go hard on Ariah and Shar like that.
But they don't. Nobody peep that. Nobody wants to handle. Nobody wants that to be noticed, because if you notice that they don't go hard on like they should. That you shouldn't be going hard on the elders.
Nope.
No.
And that right there is humble, because what Ariah is doing right now, that's completely wicked. You know what I'm saying? The comforter is Tazadaki, some big black ape looking motherfucker.
Can I say something? Might be something coming out of that with Ariah because Comfy got raided. And Lord willing, the Ariah, the Ariah, Lord willing, the high priest Ariah come around and just come back around full fledged to the way the doctrine's supposed to be taught. You know what I mean? That it's supposed to be set out there. So the Lord might bring. He might, through the Spirit, he might come back around. You know what I mean? 'Cause that's how the Most High shut shit down, break and humble a man.
And also too,
I ain't saying he will. I'm just saying
right.
It might happen. You know what I mean? Through the Spirit, it might happen. I ain't saying it will. Lord willing. That the elder, the high priest, he come back around, and because of that situation that the Most High shut down Comfy and that bullshit they doing over there.
And also I want to say too, because Apostle Tahar, he said, in his video he ran into him. He said it was like seeing an angel. And now how many brothers who don't agree with what their teacher doing, can they, like Elazar say, if he saw Apostle Tahar, he agree like, hey man, how you doing, brother? You look good. You wouldn't get that spirit from them. They'd be like, oh, you wicked, you nigga, you going off, and GMS is going to hell, and all y'all, death to all y'all and stuff, or whatever. They ain't gonna probably say death because they want to act super righteous, like we don't say the word death, but they gonna say all other type of crazy madness, bugged out type of stuff. But I got a priest, I believe, guys.
I got the one we got right here.
Oh, you want to
Psalm 50. Go ahead, now get yours.
Okay, this is Matthew 18.
Oh yeah.
Verse
1 through 3.
1 through 3. And at the same time came the disciples unto Yahushua, saying, who is the greatest in the kingdom of heaven? Inquiring about who's the greatest, who's the lowest, stuff like that, about ranking order, And Yahushua had called a little child unto him, and set him in the midst of them. Verse 3, and said, verily I say unto you, except ye be converted and become as a little children, ye shall not enter into the kingdom of heaven.
All right, and man, a child is humble, man. A child is waiting for discipline. A child is waiting for direction. A child is waiting for an answer. A child will wait. A child will, and that's how we got to be, like a little child. The child, like, actually, seriously, you have to be like a little child in this thing, because a child. If you don't tell a child to you tell them wait, go an hour later and come back, and the child will still waiting for you. For your direction, and that's what we're looking for. So that's what the Most High is being a guide, is guiding us, because the only thing you can really do for a child is groom them in the way that they're supposed to go, and that's what we're dealing with right now. We're trying to be groomed in the way they're supposed to go, because right now we know we're under the practice, we're practicing the righteous acts, but you have to be humble as a little child, meaning a child will listen to what you say, you know, and wait for the order or what to do next or stuff like that. You know, don't go your ass outside. Okay, you can go outside now. You know, then 3-4 days later. So we gotta wait on our power, our Lord and Savior, on that date when He comes and He say, look, okay, you gotta wait on me. We gotta wait. You know, we can't on our little personal things in our life. We gotta wait. We gotta wait. We gotta wait. We gotta wait on our Lord and Savior, Yahweh Shai. Glorify Him, because when that day comes, you gonna every knee shall bow. And you gonna understand that, man, that's gonna be that's humbling when every knee shall bow. And when we see what He said comes true. Because we know it's true. And everybody bowing their knees to a power that's greater than anything that's ever known. And it's the only thing that's known. And we believe in. Go ahead, bro.
This is Deuteronomy chapter 21, verse 18, you know, because we're supposed to be humble ourselves as a little child. Now we're going to just read the law concerning if you got a rebellious child, you know, a stubborn child. If a man have a stubborn and rebellious son, which will not obey the voice of his father or the voice of his mother, and that when they have chastened him will not hearken unto them, then shall his father and his mother lay hold on him, and bring him unto the elders of his city and unto the gates of his place, and they shall say unto the elders of his city, this our son is stubborn and rebellious. He will not obey our voice. He is a glutton and a drunkard. And all the men of his city shall stone him with stones that he die, so that thou shalt put away evil from among you, and all Israel shall hear and fear. So that's what happens to, you know, you supposed to, as a child supposed to be humble, you know. So a child that's rebellious and stubborn, you know, it's not that many laws in the Bible that, you know, you get put to death for. This is a law that you get put to death for, you know, because we're supposed to be humble as children. And if you acting like a stubborn ass child, the Most High can put you to death for that. You know, Janus Jambres.
Yeah, and that's what happens to you, and that's why you got to be humble, because what the Most High got to tear your ass apart in an accident. I know somebody that the Most High ripped apart. You know, ain't death angels out here, man. You know, you might be thinking, oh, I'm good. A car accident come. You know, somebody who got T-boned a few weeks ago. She passed away, man. A car hit her, you know, and T-boned her. And, you know, and ain't no telling what she was doing in her life that the Most High sent that death angel after her, man. You know, because he long surfing, hey, one way or another, it should humble you to see what happens when you know that the Most High can do this thing. And the 2/3 just think, oh, shit happens. That's how they think. You know, the men of the Lord, hey, look, man, hey, I've seen that. And I know what happened. The death angel came after the Most High. And first thing you think about, what they do. You know, what did they do to get this punishment in this order? To get T-boned and the car basically opened up their car like a can opener. That should humble you, man. Go, bro.
This is another one about humbling yourself. This is Sirach 32, verse 1. If thou be made the master of a feast, lift not thyself up, but be among them as one of the rest.
So you going to, if you master, don't be sitting there thinking, oh, I'm high and mighty, I'm the man of the hour, blah.
Right.
Shit. He said, look, be just like the rest of them.
Yep.
Just, you know, mingle with them, talk to them. You know, don't be proud, because I made it. I made you, and I can take your ass out. Basically, that's what the Most High is saying. And you know, and that's what he's telling you to do. That's a basic commandment to do what he said. You know, he don't like that proud shit, man. Oh, bro.
You want me to get that Psalms 51:17?
Yeah, and I got a scripture real quick that goes with what you just said. Salaki, I just had it.
I got another one.
Go ahead real quick.
This is
same
chapter.
I got it.
Okay.
This is Luke 14:11. It says, "For whosoever shall exalt himself shall be abased, and he that humbles himself, Salaki, ever exalt himself shall be abased, and who shall humble himself shall be exalted." So, hey, look, you humble yourself in front of men, the Most High look at that like, yeah, I mean, you doing what he said. And through these times, man, what the fuck we gotta humble, we gotta be proud for. We ain't shit.
And another thing I want to say, a lot of Jake don't like to be humble because it like, some Jake take that as you being soft.
Yeah.
I remember growing up, you know, I had to be taught to fight back because I used to never fight. You know, when I actually finally did fight, I realized, damn, this is kind of easy. I used to fight all the fucking time. You know, but it was that aggression, you know, that made people, you know, okay, let me back up off this guy. You know, because when I was just minding my own business, I used to get picked on all the time. You know, so it's in Jake to be like, you know what? You know, I'm going to act all big puffed, because that's how animals are in the animal world. You know, if an animal really don't want to fight, he'll act like he'll make himself puffed up and big and stuff like that, you know, to try to project a certain image. So a lot of Jake, they act, you know, arrogant and stuff like this, when it's like, you're not about that life. You're like, that's not even you. That's not even you at all.
You got 51. You got Psalms 51.
Yeah. Psalms 51:17. The sacrifices of God are broken in spirit and a Salakia. Psalms 51:17. The sacrifices of God are a broken spirit, a broken and contrite heart. O God, wilt thou not despise? If the sacrifices of God are broken spirit, a broken and contrite heart, oh God, thou will not despise.
Right, yeah, because you've been contrite. I thought it was another scripture I was looking for.
I think it is another one too that kind of works differently.
Yeah, a contrite heart is, you know, to be low, because the Most High not gonna despise you, you know, because a lot of times you brokenhearted of a lot of things, lowly, sad, and you know, it's just a time and the top. It's just certain times of your life is not gonna be great, or just not even just great. You just gonna have hell is just gonna hit you, man. Especially being an Israelite, man. I'm trying to find what I was looking for. Just dealing with this world is enough.
And also,
I got the word contrite.
Okay,
the word contrite means a feeling or expressing remorse or repentance affected by guilt, right? Because you feel guilt of maybe going against the law, statutes, commands of the Most High, or what you did, because then you become convicted, and now you got to humble yourself from being haughty, and going against the understanding that the Most High put. Because you see a lot of people. Have you ever seen a big 6'8" dude? Probably could wear the shit out of a man. He'll back down. I don't want to fight you, man. You know what I mean? That's humbling yourself, but knowing you can tear somebody's ass up. You humbling yourself. Sometimes people just don't want to get into an altercation with somebody because what? Right. It leads to other shit.
Hey, in my personal life, it's always been people my size or bigger that always didn't want to fight. It's always those people, little dudes in the Napoleon contest, they feel they got something to prove. They always want to run up and knock. But it's like two big dudes, they really ain't trying to go there.
Right.
You know, like, I know I can fuck you up. You know, you can fuck me up. Even if we win, you know, one of us might going to get hurt. So
right. It's not even worth it. You got it. You know. You got that Peters too.
Oh, Peters. Was that the
what
one?
You got right there?
This is another one in same chapter, Sirach. This is Sirach, chapter 32, verse 9. If thou be among great men, make not thyself equal with them. And when ancient men are in place, use not many words.
Mm-hmm.
You know, so making yourself not equal is, you know, you ever been around somebody and you tell them a story and all of a sudden they got a better up a story than that? Yeah. Or you tell them, you know, I went to such and such and college, and like, oh really? I went to Alabama. I had a full ride scholarship, or I was a Division II quarterback, or in all first team all conference. You know, somebody that's trying to make themselves equal is one that's trying to brag, trying to say, I'm qualified. Look at my resume. And that's how you make yourself equal with somebody, by doing that. It says make yourself not equal. And here's the beautiful part about this. If you truly are sincere, you don't have to make yourself equal, because a person will recognize that you're equal to them. That, okay, this is a sincere person. Because I feel like this. I've been through a lot of stress in my life. I lost both of my parents, and I don't go around telling anybody stuff like that. But there's somebody else who might have lost a parent or two. Like, I can relate to them, but I don't go around telling them, I lost my parent too. But like, they see something in me that seems genuine. And they can relate to me, but they don't know, like, damn, like, this person been through the same stuff I've been through. And just like Mike Tyson, in his video, in his movie Mike Tyson, which I love, I think the one that came out in 2009, Mike Tyson, he bonded with Cuss, and he said, he thought it was ironic, because, he said, he didn't know Cuss D'Amato was raised in the streets, was just like him. He thought he was just some rich white guy, I could just rob these motherfuckers. But he was like, wow, like, this guy is just like me, because like you recognize somebody that's like you, so you don't have to make yourself equal and try to, convince somebody. A person can see something that's genuine in you if that person truly has a sight like that.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, you wanted that Peter, right?
Peter. Yeah, because, dealing with this world, man, you gotta be, man, look, you can't just navigate through this world as an asshole in a way, a sense of you just always putting your fucking mouth in front of your just, and putting your mouth out there and being a fucking pest and saying dumb shit, and not humbling yourself, because that mouthpiece it will fuck you up too.
That tongue.
Yeah, that tongue is something, man. That's probably the worst thing to do, because you see a lot of niggas in jail will get fucked up or shit happens to them because of their mouth.
Yep.
That's the main thing, man. Not humbling yourself in jail. No, these motherfuckers will gang up on you, or some motherfucker that's bigger, or you ain't scared. No, it's a way you approach certain shit. That's what it is, the approach.
Mm-hmm. Hey, how Jake used to be, like, when I was growing up, Jake used to get sensitive. You say something about his mama.
Mm-hmm. That's it.
Say something about my mama again. It was a fight, just words. And most of the fights I've been in was either we was play fighting too much and it got serious, or somebody said something reckless. And everybody know, like, you can't talk to Jake, another Jake, however the hell you want to. Like, just say whatever the fuck you want to say. And most of the people that be doing that, like, if you ever notice, like, they be saying it, like, when other people are around, because they think you're not going to fight around certain people. Or you ever had that dude that got a big cousin at school, or a big brother, and he always, feel he can say whatever the fuck he want to say because he got a big brother that's going to protect him? Mm-hmm. It's always those dudes that want to say, whatever the fuck they want to say. But by themselves,